Yo, what is up, guys? So we have a new boss Blackwing monster, and on top of that we got some other cards to check out. We got more Predaplant support, as well as support for the Fluffles or the Frightfurs. And on top of that, we got Photon support, and on top of that, we got some new CyberDragon support. A lot of new cards to check out today, boys. But anyways, I also wanted to mention, just because YouTube sub box is kind of weird sometimes. If you don't check out like the sub feed frequently, sometimes you can miss out on stuff. But I just uploaded a video recently, also talking about the new Blue Eyes, as well as the new Summon Skull Fusion monster. So if you guys haven't seen that, I'm going to also link that down below in the description box. We're just getting a ton of new cards announced today. But anyways, I just wanted to mention that as a heads up. Also, in this video, I wanted to make a small little addition. I didn't go over this effect of the Shooting Code Talker, but he actually has another bonus effect. So, anyways, he has the effect where at the start of your battle phase, you can activate this effect, and it can actually, if it battles an opponent's monster while your opponent controls no other monster, it can lose 400 attack during damage calculation only. But also, during this battle phase, it can make any number of attacks on your opponent's monsters up to the number of monsters that this card currently points to +1. And then on top of that, at the end of the battle phase, you can draw cards equal to the number of monsters this card destroyed by battle this turn. So you can potentially draw a few cards. It's a little bonus effect. I just forgot to go over it in my last video. Just want to mention that as a heads up. But anyways, new Blackwing monster. Let's go ahead and check it out. So first off, it's a 3-card new Blackwing support. The first card that we're going to be checking out is Blackwing Full Armored Master, which is the new boss monster. It says over here. It's a remake of Crow's first original boss monster. Anyways, level 10 Dark Wing Beast Synchro Effect monster, 3000 attack, 3000 defense, materials, 1 Blackwing tuner, +1/+ non-tuner monsters. And it's unaffected by other card effects. Okay, as a first effect, the second effect says each time a monster your opponent controls activates an effect, you get to place 1 wedge counter on that monster. When that effect resolves, maximum of 1. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls that has a wedge counter, take control of it. That's pretty dang good. Alright. The fourth effect is once per turn during your end phase, you get to destroy all monsters on the field with wedge counters. Wow, okay. This effect, I really don't feel like it's that important necessarily because, well, I mean, if you think about it, the cards coming out, it's immune to everything. You know, what's going to really be a threat? Obviously, if they're activating their effect, you're just going to be placing wedge counter, you're going to blow it up, and they can't really, like, respond to negating this card's effect, because it's unaffected by all other card effects, which is pretty dirty. But this effect is actually really good, because what this allows you to do in Blackwings, especially, I know Dark Arm isn't, like, the most popular, but if you guys have played back in the day, like, Blackwings do, the Dark Arm plays, like, the deck OTK'd so easy with a good player playing the deck. I remember Cesar Gonzalez, man. I don't know if he still plays Yu-Gi-Oh, but he was a really, really good Blackwing player. And, like, he would OTK so crazy, like, so often with, like, Greffers and the Dark Arms. But, anyways, it makes it so you can do whatever you want, because whenever their monsters are activating an effect to do something to maybe stop what you're doing, you're just going to be like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, put a wedge counter, and then I'm going to snatch steal your monster. That's huge. And then you maybe use it as link material or whatever the case may be. That's good. Again, this other wedge counter where you can destroy all, I mean, like, it's already been to, like, everything anyways, right? I mean, unless, of course, something has large of attack, which this thing would lose to out anyways, because it's going to be your opponent's turn, right? I mean, yeah, you could place a wedge counter on it, but it doesn't, like, negate the effect. If it negated the effect, oh my gosh, this card would be amazing, alright? But, yeah, it obviously has its, like, counter, so to speak, which is basically Utopia, which just gets rid of all the other, like, big boss monsters. Anyways, really good effect, though. Still, at the end of the day, that's a huge effect for Blackwings. It gives them, like, a kind of like a Quasar, if you will. But anyways, next up we have Simoon the Poison Winds. This is the other Blackwing here in the bottom left. That's the level 6 with 1600 attack and 2000 defense points. But anyways, his effect is you can only use his card's name effect once per turn. The first effect says if you control no monsters, you can banish 1 other Blackwing monster from your hand to place a Black Whirlwind directly from your deck to your spell and trap zone face up. Then you can either send this card from your hand to the graveyard, or immediately after this effect resolves, to normal summon this card from your hand without tributing a monster. The Black Whirlwind placed by this effect is sent to the graveyard during the end phase, and you take 1000 life points. You cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of the turn except for dark monsters. Oh, that's actually pretty good. I was gonna say it's gonna be like Blackwings, but like it's still pretty good. That's definitely a stepping stone. It's a level 6. So Destrudo, what's up? Really good stuff indeed. I think Blackwings have a lot of potential. Wait, you know what? This does require a Blackwing tuner. All right, Gale, there you go, easy. All right. I feel like that effect's good because even though you have to banish one Blackwing monster from your hand, so you can like nade one initially, right? You get to still add that extra card with a black Roland anyway. So I mean, it's placing from your deck too. That's pretty spicy, man. Especially since Black Roland can proc it multiple times, man. Great stuff indeed for Blackwings, but. This whole downside is not that bad. I mean, yeah, you can only summon dark monsters, but there's still beals. There's still like a decent amount of like dark monsters that you can still summon. Then lastly, for the last new Blackwing monster, because there's still other cards by the way. Well, not Blackwings, but just other cards. Anyways, Blackwing Oster, the Southwind, level 4 Dark Wing Beast. Oh, we got a new tuner, which is the it looks like a chicken nugget. It's this the one. It's this one right here. All right. But anyways, so Oster, the Southwind, level 4. 1300 attack, 0 defense points, and it says, cannot be special summoned. When this card is normal summon, you can target one of your banished level 4 or lower Blackwing monsters and special summon in defense position. The second effect says you can banish this card from your graveyard to activate one of these effects. Place black feather counters on Blackwing Dragon you control equal to the number of cards your opponent controls. The other part of the effect says place as many wedge counters on possible as on face of monster opponent controls, max 1 each. So I guess the idea is that you can place all of those wedge counters immediately, and it just says wedge counters. I want to say that they are the same wedge counters, going back to this card's other effect, where it just talks about wedge counters. So that's actually really good. Obviously, that's pretty self-explanatory. That's really good. I mean, this into this is basically Snatch Steal, right? That you can, and that's not. Is it? Let me double check on this. Yeah, it's just take control of it. It's not during the end phase. There's no limits. You can synchro, exceed, do whatever you want with it. Unless, of course, you're trying to make something that's not dark and you happen to go for Simoon that specific turn. But I mean, it's a 4, it's a 6. Like it just goes right well with each other. That's actually pretty dirty. That actually makes that makes Blackwings a lot more viable than I thought. First, I was like, this card is pretty good, but like the only like effect that I really wanted was this. And I mean, it makes it so your opponent can't really try to activate their monsters effects. Otherwise, well, you're just going to be taking their monster. But I guess, well, it doesn't matter. You're taking them out anyways via the effect of Oster. But anyways, next up, though, because we got some more cards. Next up, we have the Predaplant Spider Orchid, as well as... by the way, if you're wondering what this card does, it's probably pointless, but I'm going to open up anyways. Blackwing Dragon over here, he has an effect where, like, it's like if you would take damage, you place, like, a black feather counter on it. You can put a bunch of counters on it, and it loses 700 attack per counter on it. And then you can remove all the black feather counters on this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. That target loses 700 attack for each black feather counter you removed, and then you're gonna burn your opponent for the amount that it changed the attack to. It's really like conditional. I mean, maybe you'll make that card make a game, but are you honestly gonna put that card in your extra deck? More than likely not, unless of course they come out with other support. I just don't think it's very viable to make like a burn Blackwing deck. Like it's just not really necessary. Anyways, like I said, got a few new cards to check out as well. So this is Predaplant Spider Orchid. So it's a level 1 Dark Plant Pendulum monster, which is the one on the left. And anyways, so it's 0/0 Pendulum Skill 8 Pendulum Effect. Says you can only use a Pendulum Effect of this card's name once per turn. So it says during your main phase of the turn this card was activated, you get to target one face-up card in a spell and trap zone except for this card and destroy that card. The monster effect is you can only use the monster effect of this card's name once per turn. During the end phase of the turn this card was normal or special, you get to discard one plant monster to special summon one level 4 or lower plant monster from your deck. Amazing effect. But then you said end phase, and I was like, forget about it, because even if I go for my Scorpio combo, like it's too long. Okay, I mean that's my personal take on it. Maybe there's some crazy loops. I mean, there's a lot of crazy plant loops in the game that are FTK, OTK, cluster, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, I just feel like let me know, guys. You guys think it's actually pretty viable? Yeah, you can discard Danny. Well, wait, hold on. Is Danny still gone? The Dandy line is still gone in the TCG, and in the OCG it's at 1. That's a pretty big deal. If you're able to discard that, get the double tokens, and summon something else, that'd be kind of cool. But I don't know, then you can get some, what is that, Malay of Trees. I don't know, there's a little bit of potential with this card. But again, it's because it's during the end phase, it's too slow. If it was just like, you just activate it, then it'd be really good. Alright, but anyways, let's check out the new Flufful Frightfur support. This is Frightful Meister. It's this guy, obviously, the Pendulum Scale 4. It looks like, I thought honestly it was a Ghost Trick at first, but anyways, let's go ahead and check him out. So, Frightfur Meister, level 8 Dark Fiend Pendulum 00, Pendulum Scale 4, Pendulum Effect, so you can only use the pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect says you can attribute 1 level 4 or lower Frightfur, Fluffle, or Edge monster to special summon 1 Fiend type monster from the deck that has the same level but a different card name of than that attributed monster. Oh, dang. If it only didn't say like it had to be a Frightfur monster, this would be so much better. Alright, okay. Anyways, monster effect, you can only use each effect of the monster effect of this card's name once per turn. So it says, during your main phase, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Frightful, Fluffle, or Edgent monster from your deck. That's actually huge. For the rest of the turn, you can't special summon monsters from the extra deck, except for fusion monsters. I like that they're doing that instead of being like, you only can shuffle Frightfur monsters. Like, I like that. You can at least go for other fusions, not that you generally go for any in the other deck. Like this would have been perfect for like, you can only summon Fluffles or Frightfur monsters, because like, that's pretty much what the deck does anyways. Anyways, the second effect says you can contribute 2 or more Fiend monsters on your field to special summon 1 Frightfur fusion monster from your extra deck whose level is equal to the total original levels of the attributed monsters, ignoring the summoning conditions. Wow, that is actually really, really, really good, because it's just any of the Fiend monsters. Gosh, hold on. Frightfur. Oops, did I spell it wrong? Frightfur. Hold on, let me just go scroll down. They are all. Let me just double check on them. They're all fiends in the first place. So if they're 8, 6s. I mean, you could go one into the another and then kind of combo it. And then if you go for the one that brings the other ones back, I mean, it's pretty good. I think it's good, but is it going to make them meta? I mean, it's got like 10 different effects, man, dude. Looking at this card, you got a 10-minute video already, dude. But seriously, the Yu-Gi-Oh effects have just gotten insane. Like, look how many effects this one card has. I think it's pretty good, though. As far as the plant card goes, might be a little bit dangerous. There might be some crazy FTKs. You guys know people figure out crazy stuff. But, we've got more cards. I know, right? Alright, so this is the new Photon support. Let's go and check it out. So, first off, we have the Starliege Photon Blast Dragon, which is the new Exceed over here. It's only got 1800 attack. Oh, it's only rank 5. I always think Galaxy. I always think they're rank 8s. But anyway, 1800 attack, 2500 defense points. It's a light. Let's go check it out. So rank 4, 1825. 2 level 4 monsters. If this card is Exceed 7, you can special summon any Photon monster from your hand. That's pretty cool. Next up, as a second effect is, while this card is Exceed 7, card is in a face-up in a monster zone. Monsters you control that have 2,000 or more attack can be targeted by the effects of your opponent, nor be destroyed by the effects, but they're just going to get rid of this guy. But obviously, yeah. Ooh, we could just boost up its attack, and then you'd be good, right? Anyways, the other effect, though, because it has another effect. Once per turn, during the opponent's turn, you can detach one material from this card, target a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon in your graveyard or among your banished cards to special summon that monster. And that's pretty cool. It gives you like another thing to like look forward to. And there's another card that lets you just like search out a card straight up. Yeah, I like that. It just says, hold on, wait. Monsters you control have 2,000 or more attack. Huh. Can't be targeted or destroyed. And this doesn't even have to be like Galaxy cards. It's just, dang, that's really good. It just protects everything. I like it. Dude, there's too many things that like, alright, you can't target, you can't destroy. They all have that. It's one of the most annoying things to deal with. If you guys have played Yu-Gi-Oh in the past week, you know what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about like the new Fairy Tail deck that everybody and their mother is playing. When they go first turn and get the Cinderella and they equip the shoes and then they equip some of the pumpkin and then they're like, oh, you can't attack me. Oh, you can't get rid of my field spell that makes it so you can't attack me. Well, you can't technically attack, but your monster dies and you take damage. But dude, there's too much of this. Stop. It's enough. We already got the new Blackwing also is immune to card effects. Oh, that one you just make Utopia, but it can be pretty dirty. All right, it going to snatch steal your monsters. All right, next up, Photon Vanisher, which is this guy over here. He's the level 4. Light 2000 attack. Anyways, he's a level 4 light warrior, 0 defense. Anyways, this card cannot be normal summoner set. You can special summon this card from your hand if you control a Photon or Galaxy monster. Just Thrasher, right? You can only special summon Photon Vanisher from your hand. You can only special summon from your hand. Okay. Then if this card is special summon, you can add a Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon from your deck to your hand. Second effect says this card cannot attack the turn it is special summon. Well, just you can use it as Exceed for that card anyways. Third effect says a monster that is Exceed summoned using this card on the field as material gains the following effect. Monster this card destroys by battle or banishes and sends it to the graveyard. Okay, well, okay, so first off, like, this card has, like, obviously it's not really that big of a deal, okay, that it can't attack. But being able to add that +1 literally for free, it just lets you get that Exceed, the other card, obviously the 1800 one, the Exceed. And then on top of that, you have it's mediocre, I guess. I feel like the best part is just being able to add one, because that means you can just like throw trade in like your deck, and you used to have trade in targets for free, man. Okay. Next up though, we have another card. This is Photon Change, which is the trap card where holding it up on. It's the only trap card on the screen. Anyways, Photon Charge. Continuous trap card says send this card to the graveyard during your second standby phase after being activated. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect says send one Photon or Galaxy monster you control to the graveyard. I think it's supposed to be then. It says apply one of the following effects. If Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon is sent, apply both in sequence. You get a special one Photon monster from your deck that has a different original name than that of the monster. And the next one is add a Photon card from your deck turn except for Photon Charge. Whoa. That's pretty cool. I mean, they're getting a little bit better, but I think that, well, people are going to definitely use this card. Where it makes it so monsters that's face up that have 2,000 more attack can't be targeted, cannot be destroyed by the effects of your opponent. That's really annoying to already deal with. But keep in mind, you will have to boost this card up by 200 attack, which is, I mean, I want to say there's probably a few cards, obviously, off the top of my head. Saryuja, easy, alright? And then you protect Saryuja. And itself. It doesn't even say other, yeah, it says, well, monsters you control have 2,000 more attack. Yeah, it should technically include stuff. This card's insane. I was not expecting to get, like, Galaxy Spore that I was going to run in, like, everything. I think it's a good card, though. Next up, though, we have, I believe this was the Cyber Dragon support, right? More Cyber Dragon support. Alright, dude, we're getting a long video. Alright, anyways, Cyber Eternity Dragon. Obviously, that's the fusion with 28 and 4,000 defense points, looking like Shenron from Dragon Ball Z, but it's like metal. Well, it's Cyber Dragon. Alright, anyways, Eternity Dragon. Level 10 light machine fusion. Effect monster, 2,800 attack, 4,000 defense points. It requires one Cyber Dragon plus 2 machine monsters. And it says if you have a machine fusion monster in your graveyard, this card cannot be targeted. Dude, why? Why does every card need that? So it cannot be targeted or destroyed by an opponent's card effect. The second effect says if this fusion summon card is sent to the graveyard by your opponent, you get to special one Cyber Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. The third effect is you get to banish this card from your graveyard. During this turn, fusion monsters you control cannot be targeted. Oh my gosh, dude. And there it is. Again, they're just like, well, I don't know what to do with the card. I mean, again, let me know how you feel about this in the comment section below. About everything needing to be like immune to everything. Well, or it's more so it can't be targeted or destroyed. Like, it's just annoying. It's just too much. All right. Cyber Pharaohs is what the heck is that thing? This is a monster apparently with 2,100 defense, 0 attack, and level 1 light monster. Anyways, so Cyber Pharaohs, it says you can only use this card's third effect once per turn. First effect is you can special summon this card from your hand by tributing 8 machine monsters. Second effect says once per turn you can fusion summon one machine monster from your deck using monsters you control or have in your hand as fusion material. Okay. The third effect says when a fusion monster you control is destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard to add one power bond from your deck to your hand. So that's really easy. That obviously lets you go into a lot of the like link combos with the Cyber Dragon archetype. And then on top of that, adding power bond is like one of the most important things. Like they needed to search out that card so bad. Although it is a little bit slower, you're going to have to wait because it's going to have that fusion monster destroyed. So you're going to have to wait. Which you guys know how waiting goes in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's going to be a little difficult. Anyways, we have the, what is it, Cyber Load Fusion, which looks like the triple dragons coming together in the center over here. And anyways, it's a quick play. It says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. 1 fusion summon 1 fusion monster that lists a Cyber Dragon monster as material from your extra deck by shuffling monsters you control or have that are banished into the deck as fusion material. Also, monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of the turn except for the special summon monster. Okay. But, I mean, overall, that's really good. I mean, like, this definitely helps out the Cyber Dragon archetype for sure. And, like, the support is getting pretty decent for Cyber Dragons. I actually covered them. I'm going to link it down below if any of you guys want to see, like, the newer Cyber Dragons, because, like I said, I just covered that. But there's a lot of other new Yu-Gi-Oh cards that came out today, and I'm going to link that also down below in the description box, because, again, sometimes with YouTube, like, you upload too frequently, and, like, people don't catch the vids. I totally understand, man. But anyways, let me know you guys' thoughts on any of the new cards. I definitely think this is a really cool, like, Blackwing card. Definitely a great boss monster for the Blackwing arsenal. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed that vid. If you did, drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button to be updated with the latest and hottest new Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And if any of you guys got cool replays of some of the new cards in action once they come out on Yu-Gi-Oh Pro or other dueling applications, send me a replay at AzneyesReplays@gmail.com. Attach that YRP file and you can get featured. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I am signing out.